You're watching ITV at the heart of your region. Now, a little later than advertised, the nightly news.
Anguish of returning refugees, more atrocities discovered. Violent send-off for Serbs fleeing their homes. Health scare Coca-Cola is being sold in Britain. And could this be the car to save Rover?
From ITN, the ITV Nightly News with Katie Derham.
Good evening. Yet more evidence emerged today of the scale of the atrocities committed in Kosovo. Hundreds more bodies have been found in several areas of the province as Serb troops continued their pullout. Today, American forces arrested 2 Serbs who will be investigated for possible war crimes. Our Europe correspondent Bill Neely has visited one of the sites where a massacre took place and reports on the misery it's left behind.
This is Suvareka, where 50,000 people once lived. It's destroyed and it's empty. When NATO began bombing, Serbian police and paramilitaries ran amok here. I counted 3 mass graves on one small stretch of road. More than 200 people are buried here. There are fresh graveyards dotted all around this time. 36 graves in this one, but each grave containing more than one person. 2 here, 3 there, 5, 9 over there. Sanya Gashi came home to Suvareka from Albania today to find her son's blood-stained hat and his grave in the back garden. He was shot in front of his children by Serb paramilitaries who murdered, as they called, at every house on the street. The refugees are returning to a very different Kosovo, where the KLA rebels, not the Serbs, patrol the streets and share the streets with NATO soldiers, who for now are making no attempt to disarm them. Both say they're in control. So you say you're 100% in control, they say they're in control.
Exactly. What is the wrong thing?
Well, 2 people can't be 100% in control,
Yes,
so
they
someone
can.
has to give.
They can.
They can't, and soon the refugees will witness another shift of power, as they will witness other sites, and watch as more proof is uncovered, as it was today, of mass graves and massacres, of the rape and pillage and wholesale destruction of a province the Serbs said was the heart of their civilization. Bill Neely, ITN, Suvareka, Kosovo.
War crimes investigators from Britain today went to a village where Serb forces are accused of disposing of their victims by throwing them down wells. James Mates reports from Kotlina, close to the Macedonian border.
There can be little doubt the Serbs visited the town of Kotlina during the occupation. They left their calling card in the same way they have in so many villages in what was once Yugoslavia. But high on a hillside above Kotlina, villagers took me to a place where, they say, 24 of their young men were butchered by Serbian soldiers. They'd been hiding in the hills when they were surrounded, executed, their bodies dumped 30 feet down a disused well. An explosive charge then blew the sides in on top of them. As is so often the case when these sites are first discovered, the evidence is circumstantial and depends heavily on the accounts of Kosovo Albanian villagers. But here it is quite clear that recently someone has gone to considerable effort to fill in this well and to cover up something. Among the dead were 2 brothers, Ibush and Nasser Loku, just 19 and 17 years old. Their father told me about the day he was separated from his sons as they fled up the hillside. I heard the shootings, he said, but I couldn't do anything to help them. But even as fresh massacres are being discovered, war crimes investigators are starting their work. 2 British policemen have made a preliminary inspection of the mass grave at Kachanik, first discovered 3 days ago by ITN. Their leader, a veteran of Scotland Yard's anti-terrorist squad, has no doubt what he's looking at here.
Some massacre has taken place here, and fairly recently, and obviously we'll conduct a meticulous scene examination to obtain some evidence that we can put before the War Crimes Tribunal.
But it's becoming increasingly clear that this is just one site among many, too many perhaps, to investigate them all. Getting evidence to the War Crimes Tribunal is going to be laborious and very slow work. James Mates, ITN, Southern Kosovo.
Today, the last of the Serb troops finally left the Kosovo capital, Pristina. At the same time, NATO again urged Serb civilians to stay. They've been pouring out of Pristina because they say they're now the victims of hatred by ethnic Albanians. Mark Austin reports.
Serbian tanks heading north today out of Kosovo back to Serbia. And as they depart, behind them come British forces, advancing through the province to the ecstatic delight of Kosovo's Albanian population. But as they celebrate the arrival of NATO troops, it is now Serb civilians who are living in fear here. Fleeing north, running the gauntlet of Albanian hatred, convoys of Serb cars attacked by the Albanians. The smell of revenge and reprisal is in the air. The Serbs do not trust NATO to stop it. Today we came across Alexander Sapeljic and his mother packing their cars to leave for Serbia.
My family and me don't know who protects. We go to Serbia. We are the refugees.
You are frightened now? Across Pristina today, there are Serbian families packing up and preparing to leave just like this family. It is the biggest challenge now facing NATO, persuading the Serb civilian population here that it can protect them.
This afternoon, British troops were called to a Serb village where Kosovo-Albanian gunmen had during the night ordered the Serbs out. They held a gun at our heads, this man told us. As a result, many Serbs were already leaving. Others told the British troops they simply did not trust NATO to protect them.
We have no trust. Nothing, nothing.
As the Serbs depart, they are burning their own villages as well as Albanian ones. The fear this evening is of a new bout of revenge killing in Kosovo. Mark Austin, ITN, Pristina.
And we're getting unconfirmed reports of a massacre involving more than 50 people, including 24 children. They were said to have been shot in a room by a Serb policeman who then killed those still alive with a hand grenade. It's said to have happened in the village of Poklek in March. On to other news now, and tonight a hotline's been set up here by the makers of Coca-Cola after the health scare which started in Belgium. The drink is said to be safe in Britain, but some shops here are selling imported cans and bottles from parts of the continent where Coca-Cola's been banned. Chris Choi reports.
These officials in the UK were searching for Coca-Cola imported from Belgium today. This evening, the company has a hotline for worried customers. They stress that all UK drinks are safe and there are no official imports from Belgium. But that doesn't stop foreign product reaching our shelves.
It's a can of the Belgian Coca-Cola. This is the one that I'm actually concerned about in particular. What are you going to do with this now? Well, they're just taking this one as evidence for the moment. And we'll actually wait till we get further details on what we're supposed to be looking for.
Coca-Cola says consumers should avoid such foreign labels. They're on UK shelves because some traders import them independently to boost profits. Today, Coca-Cola was removed from shops in parts of France as well as Belgium and Luxembourg. The company suspects faulty carbon dioxide and distribution problems caused the health alert. More than 100 people in Belgium reported they'd become ill. The firm says only a small percentage of foreign labelled products are suspect, but all should be avoided.
In shops like this, the health alert that started on mainland Europe is hitting home here in the UK. Today, officials traced Coca-Cola imported from the continent, now on sale in UK shops. That will worry the company as it struggles to regain its image and keep its customers. Chris Choi, ITN, Hackney.
Tomorrow, the government is due to announce its plans to regulate tobacco advertising. Ministers want to ban tobacco adverts on billboards by the end of the year, 2 years ahead of the European Union.